Hit that subscribe button right now because what's unfolding in South African politics is nothing short of a seismic shift. President Cyril Ramaphosa has placed the ball squarely in the Democratic Alliance's court, expecting them to nominate a replacement for the recently axed deputy minister, an unprecedented moment that has sent ripples through the corridors of Parliament, the union buildings, and across every WhatsApp group buzzing with political drama in the country. For the first time in South African history, a power-sharing government formed under the new Government of National Unity framework is being tested in real time. One of the DA's own cabinet appointees has been sacked, and Ramaphosa isn't filling the vacancy unilaterally. Instead, he has turned to his new partners in the GNU and is waiting for the DA's nomination to fill the vacant seat. And that one move is turning South African governance into a high-stakes chess match. To fully understand why this moment matters, you have to go back to what made the GNU necessary in the first place. After the most hotly contested general elections since 1994, the ANC failed to secure an outright majority. The result? A hung parliament and the creation of a unity government stitched together by necessity, negotiation, and fragile alliances. Among those now co-governing is the Democratic Alliance, a party historically at ideological odds with the ANC. So when the first scandal hit, a deputy minister tied to the DA found himself at the center of a storm. It didn't take long for Ramaphosa to make a bold move. The deputy minister was axed. Removed. Done. But the next move? That one, Ramaphosa says, belongs to the DA. And here's where the story gets wild. While many assumed Ramaphosa would simply reshuffle or appoint a loyalist to fill the gap, he's instead signaling that this coalition, as shaky as it may be, is a legitimate power structure that respects party delegations. That means the DA must now scramble to find someone who fits not only their internal policies and optics but someone who can also work inside a cabinet shaped by ANC priorities and protocols. It's not just a personnel decision, it's a political landmine. Behind closed doors, DA insiders are reportedly divided. On one side are pragmatists who want to nominate someone palatable to the ANC to maintain the coalition stability. On the other are hardliners who argue that the DA shouldn't compromise just to please Ramaphosa's executive vision. The person they choose will either stabilize this fragile coalition or risk setting it on fire. Add to that the ongoing pressure from smaller GNU members, like the IFP and smaller regional players, who feel overshadowed in the current alignment, and suddenly this deputy minister seat feels like a Throne in a Game of Thrones episode. Ramaphosa's move to wait for the DA's proposal also serves a deeper purpose. It puts the spotlight back on the principle of accountability. You break it, you fix it. The message is clear. If a coalition partner appoints someone who later becomes a liability, it's their responsibility to find a competent replacement. In doing this, Ramaphosa is avoiding being painted as autocratic, while also tightening the screws on his partners. It's political aikido, leveraging your opponent's moves to your advantage. But the question remains, who will the DA propose? Will it be a safe, vanilla technocrat who won't rock the boat? Or will they send someone into the executive with a clear mandate to challenge ANC norms from inside the cabinet? Either path carries massive implications. Choose a fighter, and the GNU risks becoming a verbal battlefield. Choose a peacemaker, and the DA base may accuse its leadership of going soft. For a party that's long positioned itself as the main opposition, governing brings new burdens, and naming a deputy minister just became one of its most delicate tasks. And the ANC isn't just sitting back. Sources close to the president's inner circle suggest that while Ramaphosa has committed to letting the DA lead the nomination, informal vetting processes are already in place. Any nominee will face scrutiny, not just for qualifications but for loyalty, discretion, and the ability to play ball in a complex cabinet where rival ideologies must now find common ground. In short, this appointment could become the litmus test for whether the Government of National Unity is just symbolic, or whether it can actually function under pressure. Meanwhile, ordinary South Africans are watching. With service delivery under strain, corruption allegations still haunting departments, and economic frustrations boiling over, the symbolism of this appointment has grown beyond its immediate administrative impact. People want to know, can this new political order hold? Or will it collapse under the weight of its own contradictions? Ramaphosa's restraint has bought the GNU some breathing room, but it has also placed immense pressure on the DA to rise to the occasion. And make no mistake, the public is keeping score. Analysts say this move could either set a positive precedent for cooperative governance or plunge the country back into gridlock if the DA fumbles its nomination. And there's more on the line than just one seat. With more cabinet-level and deputy appointments expected in the months to come, especially in portfolios that demand technical expertise and political will, the DA's performance here could shape future negotiations across the board. Will other parties be trusted with high-stakes ministries? Or will this experiment prove that ideological coalitions only work on paper? This isn't just politics. It's the architecture of a new South Africa being drawn up one strategic appointment at a time. And what happens in the next 72 hours could tell us if the GNU is a fluke, a fantasy, or the first flicker of a real democratic evolution. Ramaphosa, for now, remains composed, patient, and diplomatic. But don't be fooled, he's also calculating. If the DA fails to act decisively or nominates a controversial figure, Ramaphosa may be forced to act, and that action could strain the unity narrative the ANC is trying so hard to sell. Either way, history is watching. So what happens next? Will the DA nominate someone who balances integrity, policy chops, and political maturity? Will they play it safe or shake things up? Will Ramaphosa accept their pick, or will this all spiral into another public spat that fractures the GNU experiment before it's truly begun? These are the questions we'll be tracking non-stop right here on SA Unfiltered. You won't hear the filtered version